Hey, it's Mindy with Astrology by Love, here for Aries Sun and Aries Rising horoscope for the month of July. We will be going from the new moon on June 25th in the sign of Cancer to the new moon in Leo on July 24th. So I appreciate you hanging with me today. Please like and subscribe. I've got some cool links, cool discount codes down below. Please share this video with anyone you know who may want to align their lives with the natural rhythms of the universe. Also, if you are looking for a gift for someone, that friend or family member that has everything, a reading is an excellent gift. I've got a link with a discount code for that down below. If you would like to get your friend a reading, help them see into their souls with the upcoming rhythms that are going to be affecting them this year. So I do appreciate you being here. Let's go ahead, jump in, and get started. Aries, this new moon on June 25th is in the sign of Cancer. This is your fourth house. This is family, home, upbringing. This new moon is in line with Jupiter. Jupiter recently, just a few weeks ago, moved into Cancer. So your home life has been busy. There's been a lot of people in the home, a lot going on with family. All good, all blessed, and this new start is something, this new start is going to be in your home and family life, and it's going to be blessed, it's going to be abundant, it's going to be beautiful. So definitely enjoy this new moon and new start, Aries. Then on June 26th, Mercury sextiles Uranus. So Mercury is also in the sign of Cancer right now, in that fourth house. So there's been a lot of communications with family recently these past several weeks. Your mind has been on family and what's going on there. This sextile to Uranus, and for the past 7 years, Uranus has been going through your second house. This is family values, but it's also best known as the financial house. This is the house that talks about how you spend money, what you do with your money, and Uranus is the planet of chaos. It doesn't like rules. It doesn't like to be told what to do. And your money has been all over the place these past 7 years. So on June 26th, something about communications with the family is going to cause a little bit of a surprise, maybe an upset with your finances. This is a fast-moving energy, but that is going to be on June 26th, Aries. Then on June 27th, we've got a lot of different energies going on. The sun is sextiling Mars, so the sun is also in this fourth house, family, home, upbringing, and it's sextiling Mars going through your sixth house. So you've probably been energized, out running errands. This is an excellent, with Mars in the sixth house, it's a good time to start a workout routine. You've just had a little bit more energy than usual, and if you've not been using this energy to work out, as you've been out and about in your day, you've probably been running into more jerks, mean people. Mars is the planet of war and aggression, and he's been in your sixth house of daily routine, and the sun on the 27th makes a friendly but forced connection with Mars. So something about you wanting to be home, feel good at home, yet having to go run errands, and there's a little pop of aggression there. Also on the 27th, Mercury moves into Leo, and when it does, it trines Saturn that has recently moved into your first house. So Mercury's how we speak, how we communicate. It represents young people in our lives. It's moving into your fifth house of creativity, fun, and children. So you may be talking to your kids that day and not feeling great, or telling your kids how you're feeling criticized, or you're just losing weight and you're not sure why. This will be a fast-moving energy, but that is there on June 27th. Then on June 28th, Mercury continues its movement and makes a connection to Neptune. Neptune is also in your first house, and this is a recent movement. Neptune makes us feel sensitive, artistic. Saturn and Neptune are pretty much traveling together right now through your first house. These are kind of competing energies. They don't really mesh and blend well together. Neptune is sensitivity. It causes us not to have boundaries, to feel the energies around us. Saturn is the planet of boundaries. It likes structure, and they're both in the sign of Aries. And Aries, you just want to get stuff done. You don't want to hear about boundaries, and you don't want to hear about sensitivity. But all that energy is going on right now. It's going to be there for a few years. But Mercury in that 5th house of creativity and kiddos touches Neptune in your 1st house. This may be your kids communicating sensitively to you, or you're talking to your kids and all of a sudden you've just got like a soft spot in your heart, or working on your passion projects, however this plays out. It's also a quick moving energy, but that's on June 28th. Then on June 29th, Mercury is still moving in the sky, makes an opposition to Pluto in Aquarius. So this is some type of power struggle, possibly between your friends and your kids. Maybe you're wanting to hang out with one, but you can only be one place at a time. And I keep referring to the 5th house as kids. This could be creative projects, passion projects, fun, playing, any sort of performance or art-based enjoyment is in the 5th house. This could very much just wanting to be staying at home, working on a passion project, and you've got a friend that's being forceful, saying, hey, come out with us, come do this thing. But there's some sort of tension there on the 29th between the creativity projects, the kids, and your chosen friends. That also is a fast-moving energy. Then about this time, we are starting to feel the energy of Uranus strengthen and kind of be throughout the air. So Uranus is changing signs on July 7th, but about a week beforehand and a week afterwards, we are going to just start feeling the electrical sparks in the air. We're going to feel a little bit like maybe we're walking on eggshells. We just feel like something's off and we're not sure what. It's making us a little anxious. And this is a collective energy going on around the world. Uranus is in your 2nd house of finances. So you are probably going to be a little bit more stressed about your financial situation than normal, and you're not going to know why. You're like, why am I feeling this way? What's going on? You're just going to feel a little bit uneasy. Everyone's feeling this electric, possibly shocking energy these first 2 weeks of July. So I just wanted to make you aware of that. Then on July 4th, Venus, which is in the sign of Taurus, going through your 2nd house of finances right now, comes in contact with Uranus. Also on the 4th, now July 4th is Independence Day here in the United States. It's when the United States was born. And so a lot of times we celebrate July 4th with fireworks. And that's an excellent expression of Venus and Uranus together. Venus is the planet of love, luxury, fun. Uranus is surprises, chaos. That sounds like a beautiful fireworks display to me. I love that the energy is lining up that way. Also on July 4th, Neptune in the sky is standing still. We call this stationing. So this is what a planet does before it changes direction. Neptune's about to go retrograde. And when a planet is standing still in the sky, it's like its energy doubles. So Neptune is the planet of illusion, fantasy. It's the place where we don't see things clearly. We could definitely use this energy to meditate, to do some art. One of the easiest ways to access Neptunian energy is through drinking and drugs. And being July 4th, it's a lot of times a drinking holiday, and so I imagine the population at large will be using Neptunian energy for drinking. So just definitely pay attention if you're on the roads, doubly that day, because like I said, the energy is there. It's lining up to be a pretty good July 4th, but definitely watch yourself. It's going to be really easy to overindulge in alcohol, overindulge in spirituality, art. That energy is just there that day. These energies are taking place in your 1st house and 2nd house. So this is the house of self and appearance with Neptune, and then Uranus and Venus are in the house of your finances. So your finances will be like a beautiful hot mess, and you'll be sensitive, probably wanting to reach for a few. So just be prepared for that, Aries. Then on July 5th, Venus moves into Gemini. So this is your 3rd house. This is the community that you don't necessarily get to choose. This is your siblings, cousin. This is a great time to hang out with your neighbors, to be involved in community activities, especially ones that involve communication. Gemini rules Mercury in communication, reading, thinking. Venus will be in Gemini for the rest of the month, so definitely enjoy your neighborhood. Call, talk to your siblings, your cousins. You will enjoy it more than usual for sure, Aries. Then on July 6th, Venus sextiles Saturn and Neptune together in your first house. So something about enjoyment, maybe spending money, having fun in the community with your siblings is triggering you to want to be a little bit more structured, but also feeling sensitive. Those little competing energies that are affecting your body and the way you appear. So that is a fast-moving energy, but if you're hanging out in the neighborhood and all of a sudden maybe feel sensitive or held back in some way, that's that Saturn-Neptune influence in your first house, Aries. Then on July 7th, Uranus changes signs. So Uranus moves into Gemini. It leaves your second house of finances, goes into that third house. And so your community, your neighbors may get a little wonky, unpredictable. You may be making more short car trips or less. Sometimes Uranus in the third house coincides with heightened car troubles. Uranus is going to be there for the next 7 years. It's going to dip out a little bit at the end of the year and then be back in for 7 years. So just, this is a long-term energy, but we're definitely going to be feeling it on the 7th. If you can, schedule your day a little bit lighter, because you'll be hearing people talk about how they just feel out of sorts, how they don't know where their mind's going. That's, they're just feeling anxious or crazy that day. Everyone's going to be feeling it, so if you can schedule your day light, do that. Also on the 7th, Venus in that third house, the community, siblings, cousins, is trining Pluto in the 11th house. And so the 11th house are your chosen friends. These are the people you have to make an effort to hang out with. And there's a beautiful connection there. So maybe someone from the neighborhood makes contact with a friend and they are able to change things up, redo some social expectations in a positive way, making it easy for you. That is a fast-moving energy, but that is also there on July 7th. Then on July 10th, we have a full moon in Capricorn. So some issue that has been brewing in your career and work life comes to a head. So the spotlight is there. Once again, this is a fast-moving energy, but anything that's been going on career-wise is just kind of forced to the forefront, and you have to deal with it. It comes to a conclusion, and that full moon in Capricorn takes place on July 10th. Then on July 12th, Saturn stations. So Saturn stands still in the sky before going retrograde. Saturn's in your first house. You are probably not going to feel like doing much of anything on the 12th, and if you do decide to get up and do anything, it's going to be difficult to get it done. You're just going to feel like you have weights on you, and what's the point of doing anything anyways? I feel a little bit better about this come the 13th, 14th when Saturn's moving again, but just know you're not going to be feeling like yourself, and you're going to be feeling a little bit lazy that day. So that's on July 12th. Then on July 17th, Mercury stands still in the sky. So Mercury stations before going retrograde, and Mercury's in that 5th house of creative projects and kids. When Mercury stands still in the sky, it's not a great day for traffic, for communications. It takes a moment for people to respond to text messages and voicemails, emails. Once Mercury starts going retrograde, people will be calling again, and you'll be going back over your creative projects, conversations you've had with your kids. When Mercury is retrograde, our first glance at something normally isn't right. So be prepared to go over agreements, contracts a second time just to make sure you understand what it is. But Mercury stations in the sky on the 17th before starting its retrograde, and will be retrograde the rest of the month. Then on the 18th, Venus in that 3rd house of siblings and that community sextiles Mercury. So having fun with your neighbors or with your siblings or however you're using this energy makes a quick connection to Mercury in that 5th house. So that's fun, creative projects. And so you may be out in the community talking with your siblings, having fun, telling them about the kids, telling them about your passion projects, creativity. There's some connection there that day. It is a fast-moving energy, but it is an enjoyable one. Then on July 23rd, Venus and Mars square each other in the sky. So they come up to a 90-degree angle. This is a aspect of friction. They're just kind of gonna not be seeing eye to eye, but that friction brings about a level of sexual intensity. So this is a day that you're just kind of going to feel like you're needing to get it on. That's Mars is going through that 6th house of health routines. Venus is in that 3rd house of the community. Having sex is the best use of Venus square Mars energy. Like I said, it's going to be just a little bit of frustration, so it may start out as an argument and end up in the bedroom. This isn't really an aspect for sensitivity or romance. It's just an aspect to quickly get it on. So use it for that, Aries. Then also on the 23rd, the sun moves into Leo. So the spotlight goes from your family to the kids and the passion creative projects, and that is part of your yearly cycle. That too also takes place on the 23rd. Then on July 24th, we have the new moon in Leo. So this is that house of passion projects, creativity, those sweet, sweet kiddos. And so there's going to be some kind of new start, new beginning there with this new moon. Also on the 24th, the sun is opposite Pluto. So there's some kind of power struggle dynamic going on that day. That will pretty much just be for that day, but it's still a pretty intense sort of drama moment. Also on that day, the sun is trining Saturn and Neptune together. So there's going to be some kind of power struggle between your passion projects and your friend group. And also that's going to cause you to feel that restriction and sensitivity that's been going on in your body. So all those energies are happening at the new moon on July 24th. So just be prepared for that, Aries. So I appreciate you hanging out with me. This is the end of the monthly horoscope. Please like and subscribe. Share this video and my other horoscope videos with your friends that are wanting to live life more aligned, and check out the links below. And I appreciate you being here. I'll see you again soon.